Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to a very short episode of CSGO News, but I wanted to have a video before the weekend does hit as we approach our major playoffs still playing out today, as well as our major champion will be announced by Sunday, and of course I'll be back here Monday announcing the breakdown and recap of that tournament so far. But I hope you guys all enjoy. Only a few short stories out there, the first of which NRG officially announcing Tareek to line up with this video, and there's a reason I'm playing this video for all of you.
What's going on? From one world champion to another, welcoming Brooklyn boy Tareek to the NRG family.
Welcoming Brooklyn boy Tareek to the NRG family.
Tareek? Really? You could not give it 15 seconds to just Google a video or even watch CSGO and know that I don't think anyone in the history of CSGO has ever called this man Tareek. But from now on, I might call him that. Either way though, jokes aside, a huge announcement for NRG. We knew it was coming thanks to Ryan B at Rush B Media, but besides that, I am still very skeptical of this lineup, right? Nowadays, with how North America is looking so far between this major, we'll talk about that in a bit here. I'm very skeptical for this replacement for Fugly. We'll see where Fugly does go. NRG though, huge announcement. Other big announcements though, apparently by the end of next week, according to Karrigan, he took to Twitter to announce a poll potentially of where he should actually sign a contract. It would be super cool if this guy actually let us choose where he's going. It also just goes to show you how many offers this guy has. He offers up 3 different locations. Who knows how many teams in each different country as well. Daneland, EU, or NA are his options. I did vote Europe. If you guys know exactly why, if you watched my video on Karrigan, why I think he should actually stay in Europe. Of course, you guys can leave your votes. I'll try and link his poll down below. But of course, he did also reply to Mr. Tweeday himself and say he could be choosing the lowest vote to kind of fool everyone and prove them all wrong. So I don't know, vote wisely, guys. It'd be really cool to see him. I think in either any of these regions, going to be very cool to see where Karrigan does end up. I think it'd be super cool to have a player who has so many options. He actually allows the people, the community, to choose where he goes. I don't think that's probably the best situation to actually have, but either way, Karrigan has a vote out there, guys. Where will he go? We should know sometime very, very soon. And also, with today's CSGO News episode being very short, I want to let you guys know a super cool video is coming soon with this screenshot. If you guys do not know, a little bit of a change going around, but we still do have some CSGO writers out there. A friend of one of our CSGO writers has actually placed a bet. This bet did go through during the legendary stage, so I didn't show you guys the full confirmation, but all of these things actually did go 100% correct. And yes, that's a 20 euro bet. In the end, he has now won nearly what's worth $50,000. And because he's actually a friend of one of our writers, I hope to have him on for an interview or at least get his perspective on how he actually did this, because this guy actually made multiple bets this CSGO major. A couple of his biggest ones almost paid off, and this one did. 20 euros turned into 50,000 USD or US dollars, and hopefully an interview coming with him sometime in the near future, and maybe we can get some advice for all of you guys on how to bet CSGO, because this guy chain bet his way to 50 grand off this major. Now also, very lastly, I want to share with all of you guys a pretty lengthy clip. I'm going to link it down below for all of you, but I think it certainly had to be shared. If you guys have not been watching the Katowice major so far, I don't know what you're doing, but one of the best parts I've seen so far, a really touching part. I think you guys can take the 3 to 4 minutes to actually watch this clip. An opening introductory speech by Carmac himself about the dedication it takes to be a CSGO pro, but all in all, an overall great message, and watching this clip still gives me chills. So if you guys can do me one favor this weekend, watch this clip, either watch it on this video or even click it down below and watch it through the Twitch clip as well. Just a great opening speech by Carmac and super touching.
Guys, I really genuinely was planning for this to be short, but it might not be. I apologize, because I think there are a few important things to say. Speaking of important things, I was asked this week in an interview question, what was my most important moment in the Intel Extreme Masters? For me, the answer is easy. It's the 2011 semi-final in Counter-Strike. Back when the finals were in Germany, 2 teams played an extremely tough game. They went to hell and back to try to come out victorious at the end. And when one team won and the other team lost, the superstar on the losing team fell to his knees, put his face in the ground, couldn't believe it. The players on the winning team started crying, couldn't believe it, picked up their phones, started calling their loved ones, talk to them about what happened. And it wasn't the money. There wasn't so much money back then. It was just the semi-final. It wasn't the fame. it was not as many people as watch Counter-Strike today. It wasn't even on stage. The reason the players felt that way is because of that feeling inside a competitor. When you find your boundaries, and in order to be better than somebody else, you have to cross to the other side and find the better version of you. And this is a feeling that is probably the best feeling in the world. Because this is a feeling that nobody can give you. You have to fight for it. You have to earn it. You have to be stubborn. You have to persevere. You have to put your life towards achieving that goal. And you have to make sacrifices. This is why some people, for that feeling, dedicate their entire life to feel that feeling over and over and over again, because this is what champions do. Well, this week, or at this event, 2 Intel Extreme Masters champions suffered a personal tragedy. One player lost his father. One player lost his mother. But they chose to be here because in order to be the best, they had to be here this week. Not next week, not the week after that. They have to be here this week in order to be the best. They chose to stay because together with other people, they were chasing the same dream. And they chose not to fail those people. Now, I don't know, I have no idea what it takes to do what they did. I can't possibly imagine. But I wanted to take this opportunity while I'm here on stage to honor their sacrifice. Because what they did is what champions do. Now, all the players here, they committed their entire lives to be here this week and be the best version of themselves this week. When you watch them compete, please remember, please think of all the possible sacrifices that they made in order to be here. I wish all of you that this major is the best major of all time, the most entertaining week that you've ever had in your lives. And that when you go home, please remember to tell your father and tell your mother that you love them. Thank you.
As many of you guys know, we had a couple CSGO pros lose family members during this event. It's happened many events actually throughout the past 2 years where pro players have lost family members. They've chosen to actually stick it out at those tournaments. I myself can obviously not imagine what they're going through. I just think a really super touching speech. Alongside that, you also saw him talk about Get Right and the old gang, as well as the old Polish guys, you know, the future Virtus Pro guys at a 2011 major. And it's just a huge throwback. I wasn't even in the CSGO scene around that time, but seeing those clips was absolutely amazing. So that's why I threw those clips over the actual clip as well. I will link both those clips and videos down below for all of you guys who want to just watch those on your own time. But as always, my name is Jake. I hope you guys all enjoy your weekends. It's going to be a great weekend because alongside all the upsets out there, so far, we possibly have seen one of the biggest upsets in major history. That, of course, being, spoiler alert, I waited 2 or 3 seconds for all you Liquid fanboys to leave. It will be ENCE who took down Liquid in the opening quarterfinal matchups. Just insane. They 2-0'd them. If you guys did not watch their comeback as well, a 15-8 on their T-side comeback to bring it back to overtime to take a 2-0 over Liquid, who was projected by probably about 30 to 40% of people out there to win this match. It was insane. Okay, I put Liquid through all the way to my finals. I don't really care, though, about pick'ems. I still have a chance if Astralis goes through. One of the biggest upsets we have ever seen in major history. I do believe, I don't know what you guys think about that, but either way, the Finnish boys are looking very strong, and alongside them, other matches going on today. As always, my name is Jake. I hope you guys all enjoy. Thank you all for the great comments. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel. You guys are awesome, and I will see you back here Monday. Until then, see you next time.